Welcome back to another video. Today we will have a look at my beloved 1974 TY250A. I have had this bike for 13 years or so. I purchased it for just $100 running and riding back in 2010. In August 2020, we went to start this bike and it wouldn't stay running. I will summarize the troubleshooting. If you want to skip to the fix, click ahead to the next chapter. I ruled out the fuel system by confirming I had good fresh fuel flowing to a clean carburetor. I found that when hot, the bike would get intermittent spark or sometimes no spark at all. I thought this could be a sheared flywheel key, so I disassembled the stator side cover and removed the flywheel. A key component to doing this job is the Yamaha flywheel puller. Definitely order one if you don't have one already. The flywheel key was intact. I then inspected and cleaned the points. I reset the points with a 9-volt battery and light bulb. Later, I replaced the points altogether as a precaution. I measured the resistance of the source coil, measured the voltage output of all the coils. I eliminated the entire wiring harness except for the source coil and ignition coil. I confirmed the condenser tested okay. After all this, I ran the bike again and had the same issue, intermittent or loss of spark when hot. Nearly 3 years later, I pulled this bike out, confirmed all the earlier troubleshooting, and decided to bite the bullet and buy a completely new ignition. I couldn't find any obvious cause for the loss of spark, and I didn't want to disassemble the original stator to find out. I did a ton of research and found many different options. Ultimately, I decided I wasn't going to put lights back on this because I want to actually ride the bike, not restore it. I opted for the Rex's Speed Shop kit, which had mixed reviews but overall positive. This kit has no lighting coil, only a source coil for the improved CDI ignition. This replaces the breaker points and condenser style ignition, which is usually foolproof. I didn't repair this original ignition because doing so might have incurred the same cost. My guess was the source coil had a short in it. To get this repaired or replaced was equally costly. The new ignition from Rex's arrived in just 6 days from the United Kingdom. It cost $283 US after all shipping fees. Installation was pretty easy. This kit has no slots on the new stator plate, so it's super simple to install. I understand the earlier versions had slots to allow for advancing or retarding the timing. I put some Loctite on the stator plate screws just in case, though this wasn't required in the install instructions. I couldn't find a torque spec, so I torqued them to 7 foot-pounds. I reinstalled the flywheel and torqued that to 30 foot-pounds. I ran all the wiring per the instructions and mounted the CDI module. The module goes up inside the toolbox, which I didn't even know existed. Did not know that there was a toolkit up here. Obviously, I don't think that that's original, but pretty neat. I don't know if that's mouse shit or not. Probably. I connected all the wires, wired up the kill switch. So we got kill switch ground, CDI hot on the plug, and finally kill switch plug to the CDI. And set the original BR7ES spark plug to a 0.5mm gap. I'm waiting for the recommended spark plug, BR7EIX, to arrive and replace. The instructions were very clear and the quality seems to be very good. Time for a test run. Okay. And now she is running good. As you could see, bike was sitting for 2 or 3 years, so it took a while to get it started back up. But this bike has never run better. Upgraded ignition was a huge improvement. I'm very happy with how it runs. And now we're going to be able to get back to ripping this thing around the yard. And, everyone taking it for a spin. This bike is a lot of fun to ride. Everyone loves this bike. It's a real crowd pleaser. So enjoy some clips from before this bike broke back in 2020 and more videos to come of putting this bike through its paces and enjoying it. Still running good after all these years. Thanks for watching, and I will see you on the next video.
Really gotta ride it slow.
Yeah.